All right, guys, we have got a couple of products to open tonight. We've also got one product that got moved, and that is the Leaf Ultimate Draft. I did get messages out to everyone. So if you're in this break tonight for Leaf Ultimate Draft Baseball, if you check your eBay messages, you're going to have a message from me in there telling you more about this, which we'll get into it further here in a second. You may have replied to me. If someone sent me a message tonight, I did run out of time to get to those, so I will take care of those after this break. So if you have sent me a message and you haven't gotten a reply, that's why, guys. After the everything ended and I got the invoicing done, I got the spreadsheets done for tonight, it took right up until time to break here for me to get the last of those messages out, letting you know what's going on with Leaf Ultimate Draft. So I apologize if it is that you have not yet gotten a reply to a message you've sent me, but it will be coming your way soon after we finish the break tonight. So a little information to go over here before we get rolling. First up is a note to let you know about feedback, which is, of course, just that mine is automated so that you don't ever have to wait on me for feedback. Anytime you leave positive feedback for me, you will instantly get it in return. How's that for efficiency? We can thank eBay for one thing anyway. And, of course, the next message there is a note to say thank you, because I do appreciate those of you who bid and break and chat with me, hang out with me, keep me company and all that. We're taking a look right now at breaks that are listed on eBay that are going to be ending over the next few days. So tomorrow night, we've got autographed baseball, football, and basketball jerseys, a case of Dominion basketball, which is a new release for tomorrow, and a case of Contenders football, which is also a new release for tomorrow. All that's ending on eBay tomorrow night. On Saturday, we'll open a Hit Parade 4th and Goal football box and a 12-box case of Optic football. Sunday, we'll open a half case of TriStar autographed mini helmets. It'll be the back half of the case that we started last night. We will open a third case of Leaf Ultimate Draft Baseball and a second case of Contenders football. On Monday, we're going to open more Leaf Best of Football, and we will also open a second case of Dominion and an 8th case of Bowman's Best Baseball on Monday night. Tuesday night, we're going to do something a little different, a Hit Parade. We've opened Hit Parade autographed batting helmets before, 9 times before, actually. And break number 10, we're going to try one of their new products, and that is the double header batting helmets. It's got 2 batting helmets in there, an autographed full size and an autographed mini. So we'll check that out, see what we think about it. Also on Tuesday night, we'll open 2 boxes of 2018 Gold Rush autographed mini helmets, so 2 mini helmets in that break. A Leaf autographed football jersey, and a third case of Contenders. So that is what the days ahead look like. Now, moving into tonight, there is lots of information on this page. So we're going to try to break it down here for you a little bit. So tonight we're breaking Premier Gear Baseball from Onyx. Bowman Draft Baseball is going to be breaking second. Leaf Ultimate Draft Baseball. If you didn't hear me say this earlier, if you haven't yet seen the message from me in eBay messages, Leaf Ultimate Draft Baseball was supposed to have come out yesterday. Leaf did not announce until yesterday that they moved the release date to tomorrow, Friday, right? Already had breaks up and running with bids on break number 1 and number 2 by the time I found that out yesterday afternoon. So both of those went ahead and ended as normal, and what's going to happen is we're going to break those tomorrow night, Friday, the day they come out, 6 o'clock Eastern, which is 3 o'clock Pacific, tomorrow. We'll break case number 1, we'll break first, of course, and then case number 2 will be second. I'm guessing if case number 2, probably will be about 6:30-ish, give or take 10 minutes. Probably take us about a half an hour to get through the first case. So if you don't want to watch the first case, you only want to watch the second one, I would say if you jump in somewhere around 6:30, you're probably safe. Again, plus or minus, 10 minutes on that. So our free shipping break tonight, that's the Onyx Premier Gear. Anytime you do a break with me that offers completely free shipping, I always project it to go out 7 days after the fact. So that means it's going to be on the way to you no later than Thursday the 17th, a week from today. However, most of the time that stuff gets out way ahead of that, but that's the latest it will go out. Our paid shipping break tonight is Bowman Draft Baseball. That should be on the way to you no later than Monday. Probably faster, but no later than Monday. And of course, you know the deal with the Leaf Ultimate Draft because we just talked about that. Now, if you are in Onyx Premier Gear and your team is not pulled, or your player rather, it's a player break, you are entitled to a consolation card. It can be from any year, any series. I do keep track of it for a rolling 90-day period. Because that is a free shipping break, I typically would just hang on to that consolation card until the next time you have a package coming. If you don't want to wait for that, you'd like to have it sooner, you just shoot me a message on eBay, let me know, and we'll take care of it. So first up, 2018 Onyx Premier Gear Baseball. This is break number 2. You guys must not have been too impressed with break number 1 because we got loads of unsold teams in here. Those are all designated there, as you see, with no bids buyback. So if any of those players are pulled that say no bids next to them, well, that just simply means nobody wanted it. Nobody gave it a forever home. So it would simply stay here with me if one of those players is pulled. Otherwise, if it comes out for one of you guys, you know the drill. We just went over the shipping info. So, of course, a new spreadsheet will go up when we get ready to do Bowman Draft and all such as that. So if you're in that one, hang tight. You'll get a chance to see your name up there shortly. Last but not least, I just took care of manual focus, and it does make your background go out of focus a little bit, but we should still be able to see everything okay, so not to worry. So in chat tonight, who do we have? We have Greg is here, CIA Chef is here, who I usually just, I think, will call you Chef. I think that works for you and me. Kevin's here, Jeff is here, Ezekiel, and Jeremy Red Sox is here. Jeremy, all of our draft is paid for tonight. All right, guys, so there's, this box is kind of big. You can't really hardly get it all in there. There's the label across the center. And there's, I showed you, there's one red tab, and there's the other red tab, and we already saw them on the other ends. So this can be like anything. Our last box was shoes, really muddy cleats. So let's see. Let's see what's in this box. I hope it's not muddy, because the last one we had to take out of the plastic bag to find out who it was, and then it got mud on my table. This is a different size box than the one we had last time, but somebody told me recently that they're usually shoes no matter what size the box. And I guess somebody was right, because we got some more shoes. All kinds of shoes once again. There's your signature on them. I gotta fish around in here. At least these we don't have to take out because I can see the little ticket right there. So that's helpful, at least. And who are our shoes? Austin Beck. That is game used cleats, of course. There's your COA and a second little Onyx certificate thing as well. I'm not going to take these out of this bag, well, mostly for the reasons I just said a minute ago. You can see that's a little bent up. That's because they stashed these actually inside the shoes, which I guess is where I'll put it back. So it's going to be a little imperfect, but that's okay. It's the shoe part that matters. So there's your signature on it, on each of them for Austin Beck. And his aren't too muddy, so he must have had a less muddy game that he played in, I suppose. I guess. Hi, Edward. How are you tonight? I see you just jumped in there. All right, guys, give me a second here to get our spreadsheet put back up, and then we're going to roll into our Bowman Draft Baseball is coming up next. So once again, this was just up there. Most of you probably saw it. A few of you may have jumped in after the fact. Ultimate Draft Baseball rescheduled, moved to tomorrow. Product release date changed. As a result, we had to change the break. You also have a message from me about this in your eBay messages if you're bidding in this tonight. So Leaf Ultimate Draft is going to break tomorrow, 6 o'clock Eastern, 3 o'clock Pacific. Case break number 1, which is the one that ended last night, will go first. Case break number 2, the one that ended tonight, will break immediately after that tomorrow night. As soon as both of those breaks are completed, I will also upload the video. So anybody who can't maybe jump in there tomorrow during that time frame, you'll be able to see that upload really soon after we finish it. I would say within the hour of the time it's finished, it should be available to watch. And once again, for anybody who jumped in late, if you sent me a message or replied to a message I sent you, I have not seen it yet, guys. I ran out of time getting all the messages out about Leaf Ultimate Draft. So if there are messages sitting in my inbox, I will tend to them after we finish the breaks tonight. All right, so our paid shipping break tonight, once again, coming up, Bowman Draft Baseball, should be on the way to you no later than Monday. It is highly possible that it will be out to you sooner than that, but shouldn't be any later than Monday. So this is 4 boxes. It's a half case break. It is break number 6. It ended tonight on eBay, Thursday night, the 10th of January. Of course, it's the back half of a case. Basically, you know, the odd numbers are going to start when we're doing half cases, you know. 1 would be the first half of a case, 2 would be the second half of a case most of the time, that sort of thing. And then, of course, once again, our Leaf Ultimate Draft rescheduled for tomorrow. Hit me up if you have any questions about that. All right, let's get our boxes up here. So these are the 4, of course, that are left. We already broke the first half of this case. So we don't have to, you know, take everything out and number it and all that jazz, because, yeah, we already did that when we started the case. Now, Latchman, you said you need a Casey autograph, so you're working the mojo for that. And Chef, you said you're working the mojo for Tristan Casas again. Okay. All right, we're hoping to pull the Red Sox through with another hit tonight then in Bowman Draft. Let's see what we can do about that, guys. We are looking for 3 autographs cards per box. These jumbo packs, they're all laid out in the same way, and the fact that they are makes this break a little bit easier for us because we've got a lot of paper base, and as you can see, I kind of cut a path through those. We don't spend much time on them. Then we're going to have some chrome parallels that do not refract. After that, we sometimes have something that's numbered. It can be paper, it can be chrome. Whatever our inserts are going to follow those chrome non-refractors. This is Nicky Lopez. It is numbered to 402 for the Chiefs. When you see that blue color and it is a chrome parallel, it's going to be to 402. When it is paper, it will be to 499. We'll find plenty of these. There are 2 teams on each card, so they sit up there in our housekeeping area, and we will give those away at the end of the break. Then finally, we have ourselves 2 chrome refractors at the back of our little Tootsie Roll center, if you will, of our pack of cards, and then we go back to the base. So that is how each pack is set up. So again, we're gonna buzz right through our paper base, because if we didn't, we'd be here the rest of our lives. But also, this is the most important part, the middle part where we find all the fun stuff. Numbered to 402 for the White Sox, you have Delgado. And you said Buckeye for fun, Chiefs. How about the Royals? Did I list it tonight as the Kansas City Chiefs? Did I really, guys? Oh gosh, I'm so sorry. I am so sorry if I did. This is a franchise futures insert for the Reds. Every once in a while, you know, I will do that, and I am especially prone to doing it if I'm watching one sport and listing another. Sometimes I get them mixed up. So where I should have said Kansas City Royals, it sounds like what Buckeye is telling me is that I listed it tonight as Kansas City Chiefs here in Bowman Draft instead of Kansas City Royals. So guys, if I did that, I apologize. Of course, obviously, you know, you'd be getting the Royals if we're in baseball, but still, it's been a while since I've done that too, hasn't it, Buckeye? See, I didn't even know I had done it tonight. I didn't even catch it tonight until you just told me. So there you go. The last player from the Royals, I said Chiefs. Oh, just did we see a player from the Chiefs? Yes, we did. From the Royals, and I said the Chiefs. Oh, brother. So I listed it right and I said it wrong out of my mouth. That's even worse. This is a Bowman Sterling continuity. We'll find a few of those as we go along tonight. And apparently I can list them okay, but I can't say them appropriately tonight, evidently. That's even worse. Ay, ay, ay. Okay, so our first chrome refractor then was for the Kansas City Royals, not the Chiefs. So there you go. You know where my head is then, don't you? That's right. I do want to see those playoff games this weekend. I can't wait to see what happens. I think it's going to be fun. We have a little Nick Madrigal, and that is a Bowman Sterling Continuity Atomic Refractor. That's a mouthful, isn't it? Numbered to 150. So cool little hit there if you got the White Sox tonight. And our refractors, Joe Adell and Deichmann. Buckeye says that's why he likes coming here. He knows I'm always going to mess something up somewhere along the way. You're not wrong about that. You are not wrong about that, my friend. Ah, well. Hey, at least I admit it. I don't try to cover it up. If I mess it up, I'm just like, yeah, I messed that up. Unlike that poor guy, that newscaster. Did you guys see that? That was crazy. That is Rivas and Logan Allen. Some newscaster who was trying to say something about Martin Luther King Jr. Park in whatever city he lives in. And he, suffice to say, that is not apparently what he said. And he says he just mispronounced something and it sounded like something else. And that's not what he said, and et cetera, et cetera. But I was like, whew, well, I don't know, dude. It's probably why you should just stand up and say, yeah, I did it or said it or messed it up or whatever. Instead of trying to cover it up, and he made it worse, and then he got fired. This is Jonathan India. That is a facsimile signature. I'm going to assume that most of you, maybe all of you, know that. You can pull those that have live autographs on them. That just didn't happen to be one of them. It's a nice little Mackenzie Gore refractor. And we will find that insert, the one that Jonathan India was on, a few times as we go along. It's an anniversary insert. So when our ultimate draft gets here tomorrow, that's going to be kind of fun. We're going to break both those cases back to back, and then we'll have not a very long amount of time till our auctions will be ending on eBay, and then we'll be back tomorrow night breaking, of course, Dominion basketball and Contenders football, which both come out tomorrow. To $499, that is Parker Meadows. It's paper, and it was the Tigers. Our standard chrome refractors, our little insert, and an autograph at last. And you know what? That's pretty solid. That is orange to 25. It's the Rangers and Owen White. So Texas Rangers, you know what? Pretty solid little hit right there. There's Sisto Sanchez and Deichmann are our two refractors. Always like seeing the first color of the night being orange or red. Usually means we've got good stuff ahead. And we've been doing pretty well lately with our baseball. I mean, we've been pulling some really nice stuff. We pulled a Mike Trout to 10 out of Bowman's Best last night before last, whenever that was. For the Colorado Rockies, you have a green parallel numbered to 99. That is paper, Grant Lavigne. That's why we love baseball, or why I love baseball anyway. Luken Baker, St. Louis Cardinals, comes out next. So 2 autographs down, 1 left to find. There was another Mackenzie Gore refractor. And I think what I'm going to do, guys, when we do the next case of this, or the next break of this, I think I'm just going to do it as a full case. But there's going to be a little caveat, and this is where I'm going to be looking for your opinion, all right? I'm going to be looking for a little feedback from you here. Louis Robert, that's paper to $499 for the White Sox. So I'm thinking the next break of this, we do it perhaps as a full case instead of a half case. And then the paper won't ship. The paper cards would all the paper would be put together in one bidding spot. So all of the chrome would ship. And then I shouldn't say all the paper, I should say the paper base, okay? So any numbered paper would still go to the teams. Lenny Torres to $499 for the Indians. Refractor, third autograph out of this box. A Nick Decker and Justin Jarvis, our 2 refractors. So basically the team spots would get all of the chrome cards, all of the autograph cards, and any paper that is numbered, you know, any color or numbered paper. But all the other paper base would go into one bidding spot, not sent out, sorted out, and broken out by team. So, how do you feel about that? I know there's plenty of other breakers that do it that way. There's a Casas, by the way, on an insert, an anniversary insert. Casey Mize refractor, and a refractor for the Diamondbacks. So that's kind of what I'm leaning towards. That way, it's, you know, we can break the full case at once, which I'm never opposed to doing other than the amount of sorting that would be required if I shipped out all the cards without, you know, sorting them all into teams. Because that would be, oh gosh, so many cards, like 4,000 or something. So if we can avoid that, I think that's how we'll break the next case, unless you guys, you know, scream and yell and say no. That is to $250 for the Diamondbacks. It's purple chrome, John Duplantier. But that way, that's a Connor Scott, and then Jason Schroeder are 2 refractors. But that way we can do full cases at once. We get more hits. The important stuff still, you know, ships and is sorted to the team. Not that the paper base is not important, but you know what I mean. Chef, you're looking for some mojo. Well, let's work on some mojo for your Red Sox. So far, Kevin's the only one who's responded about that full case proposition, but he says he's down for it. So, how about the rest of you? Buckeye, Chef, Latch, what do you guys think? You like that? No, yes, no, maybe. That is to $99 for the Brewers. It's Joe Gray. Basically, I figure by that point, if you are trying to build a base set, you know, by the time we've gone through, what, 3 cases or so, where everything is shipped, you probably have most of what you would need out of paper base. That's the way I look at it. That's the flow that I'm feeling at the moment, anyway. Buckeye, you're good with it. Latch, you're good with it. All right, that's probably what we'll do then next. We'll do that next week, one day next week. I don't know which day. Maybe Wednesday of next week. That might be fun. We won't do much else because it'll take, I don't know. What will it take us? Maybe an hour and a half? Something like that. Probably in that neighborhood to do a full case of it. I think that might be the plan. There's a little Mackenzie Gore numbered for you. It is chrome to 402 for the Padres. Max, you said you buy random breaks and got in here tonight, but yeah, the paper thing makes sense to you. Okay, cool. There is JB and Jake Wong. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too. I don't, you know, we definitely always, I shouldn't say always, but most of the time I will do some breaks where everything ships split up by the half case, because I do know that a lot of you are building base sets out of things. So we'll try to do enough breaks like that that you're kind of covered if you're after that sort of thing. And then once we get beyond that, it makes sense sometimes to do the full case and break it out a little differently. Griffin Roberts, 402 Chrome Cardinals. And by the way, welcome, Max, if you haven't been here before, which it sounds like maybe you have not been. So welcome to you. Glad to have you joining us tonight. And there is another Red Sox refractor for you. So, Chef, we're trying to get your team on track. We're working it anyway. Mojo is trying to flow your way. Greg says, do what you want. Greg, man, that's why we love you. You just like, Greg does not mince words. He's just like, here it is. There it is. Laying it out. I like it, my friend. You know I do. Ryan Weathers for the Padres. And Alec Hansen for the White Sox. Monte Harrison for the Marlins. And Greg, by the way, I might have one additional team for break number 1 tomorrow. You asked me about it, and I thought we were all squared on all of them. And then I noticed tonight there was a second one that was sitting there that I somehow did not see earlier today. I believe, based on who has it, I believe that it will be paid by tomorrow. But there is always the chance that they've changed their mind because of the break moving to Friday or something. So there's a possibility that there could be a second available team for Ultimate Draft tomorrow. And also a couple of teams that weren't paid yet tonight that we can check on tomorrow as well. Jonathan India. That is Bowman Sterling continuity for my Cincinnati Reds. Brewers and Tampa Bay Rays hit our refractors tonight. Buckeye, you give some of the base to your niece and nephew. You said now they've got enough. I know, that's because there's so many in this break, right? Like it doesn't take long to fill up a giant stack of stuff out of these breaks. For sure. So yeah, Greg, just hit me up tomorrow, like maybe around lunchtime. And at that point, I should know for sure, like, what's going to happen. So if we're setting on stuff, I'm going to try to start moving it early tomorrow, early-ish. There's a nice Hunter Green refractor. And Duplantier again for the Diamondbacks. Because we're going to be busy enough tomorrow without having to try to sell a bunch of unpaid teams, you know. Last when you said the nights that you don't take Detroit is when the autographs come out. You must be talking about Out of Bowman's Best, because we did Out of Bowman's Best hit 2 Casey Mize. That was crazy, wasn't it? I mean, crazy good luck for the Detroit Tigers in that particular break. But in general, that case of Bowman's Best, I mean, did pretty well. There's another refractor for the Cardinals and Jake Wong as well for the Giants. I mean, anytime you start out pulling Mike Trout autograph to 10, you know you probably got a pretty good case. That's typically a good sign, shall we say, to hit that one. And we have Osiris Johnson. This is paper to 499 for the Miami Marlins. Just our base chrome there. A little franchise futures insert. Tampa Bay Rays coming your way. Autograph for Nick Schnell. I think first one we've seen out of box number 2. Is that right? Yeah, I think so. First one out of this box. The Angels, Jeremiah Jackson and Jeter Downs for the Reds. Chef, you have got Tampa Bay tonight. You do? Is that Nick Schnell headed your way? Oh, no, you're talking about last night and the Mike Trout? Yeah. Was that last night or was that night before last? I don't even remember what we've opened from day to day at this point. I don't know when we opened it. It might have been night before last, not last night. Yeah, I think last night was the first off the line case of Optic. Yeah, okay. So it was night before last. But yes, Mike Trout to 10 out of Bowman's Best was pretty awesome. Autographed. Nicky Lopez. Let's see if I can say it right this time. For the Royals, not the Chiefs, but the Royals. To 250 in the purple parallel. And the Royals have a little Jackson Kowar, and the Mets have a refractor headed their way. So we're only one autograph in on box number 2 here. So somewhere in these last few packs, we should find ourselves 2 additional. This is headed to San Diego. Purple parallel numbered to 250 coming out for the Padres. That was paper. The Tigers, Casey Mize, Blue Wave. Nice. Oh, I like that. That's a good hit. Latch, do you have the Tigers tonight? Do you? Do you? Casey to 150, Blue Wave. Pretty sweet hit right there, kids. For the Blue Jays, we have a refractor. And for the Red Sox, a refractor. Latch, you do? You have them tonight for Detroit? Did we break the curse of Detroit only hitting when you don't have them? I hope so. I think maybe. That's always good when you can break the curse, right? There's a curse that hits all of us at breaking some point or another. Believe me, I've been on your side of the camera plenty of times where I have been like, oh man. For the Rangers, that is Cole Winn. And Cole is first Bowman, but unnumbered. He is not a refractor. Janista coming out for the Braves, and Solak for the Rays, both refractors. That is yours. Well, good, Latch. And you know what? Being the Blue Wave, that's a good one. So that one you probably might want to send off and get graded. Maybe. I know you're keeping a lot of those for your grandson, but that might be one you might want to think about grading. This is a handsome card for the New York Yankees. It is blue to 150. It is Estevan Florial for New York. Franchise Futures. Ryan Rollison for the Rockies. Shane McClanahan for the Rays. So I guess by now, everybody, including the Oakland A's, is thinking Kyler Murray is going to end up in the NFL draft. And apparently, the A's are saying, at least at the moment, that they're probably going to let him go ahead and go to the Combine. So, I think that they believe they may end up losing him to the NFL too. So, Alec for the Phillies on the anniversary insert. You have a little Graterol for the Twins and Siegler for the Yankees, both refractors. Because otherwise, he should be like at spring training or whatever. I think about the time that the Combine will be happening. So the A's would have to give him permission. And if he switches to the NFL, which I think he will do if he goes to the Combine, then I guess what? He just has to pay back the bonus money to the A's which wouldn't be that big of a deal because he would go high enough, I think, in the draft that he would more than make that money back. And then I guess they would still retain his professional rights. So if he, was no good at the NFL level, I mean, you don't really think that would happen, but if it turns out he was no good at the NFL level, then he could always, I guess, go back to baseball. So my gut says Kyler Murray is going to head to the draft, and when he does, he's going to go probably top 5 anyway in the draft. Jared Kelenic insert for the Mets. And there's Parker Meadows refractor and a Josh Stowers refractor. Especially considering this isn't a QB heavy draft, So he would, I think, be far and away considered the top quarterback prospect if he does switch over. For the Twins, you know what? I call this Sparkle. I don't really know what this pattern is supposed to be called, but this is what I call it. It is Ryan Jeffers for the Twins. These are not numbered, but we don't find extraordinary numbers of them. There's probably, I don't know, maybe somewhere between 4 and 8 in a case of jumbo, something like that. Cole Winn and Colton Eastman. Well, Crystal, see, there's the thing too, right? Because, Arizona, for those of you who don't know, Arizona just hired the coach who used to coach, Pat Mahomes is who he used to coach for one thing. But anyway, the Arizona Cardinals just hired Cliff Kingsbury, and he, of course, would want to get a hold of Kyler Murray at the pro level as well. And I don't know that the Cardinals haven't done badly enough that they would be the number 1 pick, have they? That is Matt Manning and the Tigers. There's Diaz and the Orioles. Of course, he wouldn't necessarily have to hold the number 1 pick depending on what teams had it and who has what needs, but certainly the Cardinals were terrible this year, so they're going to be up kind of high. I imagine something like that. Something like that. So is that supposed to be called Sparkle, Max? I always call that Sparkle, and I don't really know if that's what that insert should be called or not, but that's what I always call it. Because Panini calls that pattern Sparkle, and that's just kind of what I have stuck in my head. I don't know if that's what Topps calls it or not, but you might. Sounds like you might know. For the Yankees, that is a Florial refractor, and Yankees again with Matt Sauer. And of course, the other problem is I can't remember the pattern names even when I do know them, which I know is terrible. As much as I do this, and as long as I have done this, I should retain it easier than I do. Crystal, you think they're going to trade Rosen? Really? Oh, I don't think so. I thought that was the whole point of bringing Cliff in there, is that Cliff was being brought in to groom Josh Rosen. Isn't that the largest part of why they wanted him? He of the Pat Mahomes coaching tree, I thought that was the whole point. Brennan Davis to 150 for the Cubs. But maybe not. I don't know. Well, yes, I would agree with you that overall, everybody right now is calling for Nick Bosa, Joey Bosa's little brother, will likely be the number 1 overall. I still say that Josh Allen might be able to overtake him if Josh Allen really shows out at the Senior Bowl and tests through the roof at the Combine. Primarily because Nick Bosa didn't play this year. You all know the deal there. Got injured, rehabbed the injury, decided not to play the rest of the year, to play it safe and prepare for the draft, etc. And I don't know. I think Josh Allen could potentially overtake him, but it would take a good showing at Senior Bowl and Combine. Parker Meadows to 150. Detroit Tigers, that is blue and paper. Somebody there is saying that, oh, the sell sheet does call it Sparkle. Look at that. I got one right. Thank you, Max. You'll learn, Max. One of the things I do is sometimes I just give them my own little name that I can remember. And sometimes it's right and sometimes it's not right. But, yeah, you just have to consider it part of the quote-unquote charm of the break. Grayson Janista, that is for the Atlanta Braves. The White Sox with an Eloy refractor and the Yankees with another Matt Sauer. Buckeye, you don't think that Kyler Murray will go top 20 in the NFL draft? Oh, no, I disagree with you. I disagree with you. I mean, I know he's a small in stature sort of guy in comparison to many of these others. But listen, kid can throw the ball. Kid can play quarterback. It is a weak draft for quarterback. And I say he definitely goes higher than the top 20. Now, maybe he doesn't go number 1, number 2, number 3. I say he goes in top 5 if he goes the draft. Travis Swaggerty. And we have for the Rays a little Brendan McKay. You know I like that kid. And Ryan Vilade for the Rockies. No way does he fall down below 20 if he goes to the NFL. No way. I would take odds on that with you, Buckeye. We could bet. You know, who'd I bet lunch with the other day? Somebody we bet lunch on something. I'd bet lunch on that one with you. You are trying to get your hot little hands on an Ehrman Sparkle, are you, Crystal? All right. Then we'll see if we can't work mojo in your direction for that. Maybe get something rolling your way for that one. This is Bowman Sterling Continuity, Mr. Casey Mize for the Detroit Tigers. Oh, man. I just now saw that where Emmett Fan says that Kyler Murray would have to play in the Pee Wee League. Oh, that's harsh. A refractor for the A's and another for the Diamondbacks. That is like so wrong. Oh, my goodness. He is a little guy, Crystal. You are right. And Kevin, I mean, all you guys are right. He is small in stature. But listen, so too is Drew Brees. And so too is Baker Mayfield. And, you know, those guys are not your prototypical size for an NFL quarterback. Both of those guys had questions about their size. Well, look where they sit right now. That's all I'm saying. For the Pirates, it's Ke'Bryan Hayes to 499. That is paper. And by the way, has no one noticed that the rules now have it basically if you get flagged for even looking at the quarterback? There is Carter Kieboom for the Washington Nationals and the Rockies with Vilade. So considering that if you want to sack the quarterback, you basically have to, lay him down on a bed of pillows to avoid a penalty, I think that speaks well to holding up their durability. Just saying. Well, Kevin, that's another good point. Russell Wilson, again, is also not a really big guy quarterback-wise, and also a guy who, by the way, played a little baseball. Redemption there, you guys probably saw it already, but nonetheless, we leave them there and flip them over at the end of the break, any that we gather. I think we hit it face up, so you probably saw it already anyway, but we'll make it official in a bit. That is Pagan for the Cubs and Eastman for the Phillies. Yes, Crystal, Baker Mayfield is about 6 feet. I mean, they're never going to list them under 6 feet. Even if they are, they're always going to say they're 6 feet. So, yeah, I think that they would call Baker Mayfield 6 feet, and ditto for Drew Brees. Drew Brees might be like 6'1" or something. Kevin holding ground there, saying that Kyler Murray would not be a first-round pick in the NFL draft. Oh, I just don't think so. I just disagree with that. The Heisman Trophy winner, So many quarterback needy teams in a year with not a good QB class. I disagree with you on that, but I don't know. Brendan McKay to 250, Tampa Bay Rays. Goodness knows I have been wrong plenty of times before. The difference is I sit right here and just say it, and it's preserved for all of time and eternity, and you all can come back and hassle me about it later. But yeah, that's my story. I'm sticking to it. For the Blue Jays, you got a little Griffin autograph headed your way. Diamondbacks and the Padres with our two refractors. Oh, Emmett Fan is calling him a CFL player. Dang. Emmett Fan takes no prisoners, brother. There's like no hiding from Emmett Fan. Oh, I love it. I love it. Buckeye, you said everybody's saying that he won't go in first round. Well, I mean, you know, that might be right, but I'm sticking to my story. I think he goes in the first half of the first round. That's just what I see happening. Now, whether or not it does, who knows? That's if the kid even ends up in the NFL draft, but I think he will. But he won't do it without having feedback where he knows he's going to go high enough to get that paycheck. To 402 for the Mariners, Sam Carlson. Because otherwise, I mean, he's holding, what, 4.6 signing bonus, I think? 4.6 million signing bonus with the A's. So if you're not going to be guaranteed more than that out of the NFL draft, you wouldn't go, right? So I think if the A's say, yes, you can go to the combine, kid will get his feedback there and then figure out where he can make the most money and have the most fun, I guess. Something like that. Anyway. Crystal, you said you just stopped by to chat. Well, I'm glad you stopped by, Crystal. We always enjoy seeing you. Kevin says his parents should be slapped for not convincing him to play baseball. I'm assuming because it's a safer sport, right? Ryan Weathers. Guys, this one has a little bit of a bad corner down there. Can you see that in that lower right? It's not anything terrible, but it's definitely imperfect. That's paper to 250 for the Padres. Well, for sure, baseball is the safer of the sports. But he would make more money faster in football. You know, think how many years you've got to wait to hit free agency in baseball. What, you're talking like 6 plus whatever time you put in the minors. So you'd hit free agency much faster in the NFL. Luken Baker, nice little gold wave to 50 for the Cardinals, who are kind of quietly having themselves a good break tonight. St. Louis is kind of racking up the hits a little bit here. Oh, I must have, I missed something there. I don't know what you said about, you said Tom can coach, Greg, but I don't know what I missed on that. Or about Emmett Fan's 9-year-old daughter I missed too. Oh, she won't be in the NFL either. Oh, you gotta love it. So Kevin, you say Baker is officially listed as 6'1", and Drew Brees is listed as 6 feet. So I had those opposite. I thought Brees was 6'1" and Baker was 6 feet. So I missed that. Crystal, we are breaking Leaf Ultimate Draft on Friday. Here's the deal, though. It was supposed to have come out, of course, Wednesday, and Leaf, wonderful, wonderful Leaf, who has done this to us before, although not in a while, didn't tell anyone until Wednesday that they weren't really going to ship it to arrive on Friday. So I didn't find out until early afternoon when my distributor found out, and they let me know. So, of course, we already had breaks ending on eBay last night and tonight for Leaf Ultimate Draft. So those ended as normal. And they're both going to break tomorrow night at 6 o'clock. So you figure case 1 will probably be done somewhere between 6:20 and 6:40. And then immediately following that, we'll break case number 2. But, of course, both of them have already sold on eBay. Tejeda for the Rangers and Tristan Pompey for the Marlins. So that's how that will work. A special early break for that. 6 o'clock Eastern, 3 o'clock Pacific tomorrow on break 1 and 2 of Leaf Ultimate Draft. Then tomorrow night we'll do our regular stuff on eBay, Crystal, which is autographed football, baseball, basketball jersey, case of Dominion basketball, case of Contenders football. And then I think we're breaking Leaf Ultimate Draft Baseball again on Saturday, I think. But if it's not Saturday, it's Sunday. It's one of those two. And Ryan Weathers insert for the Padres. You have the Rangers and the Mets with our refractors. But yeah, we'll definitely, we'll be breaking lots of Leaf Ultimate Draft. I mean, I don't know, I've got probably 5-6 cases of it coming, maybe more. Something like that, maybe. Well, NFL money, Kevin, isn't NFL money is guaranteed on a rookie contract. I do believe it is guaranteed for your rookie deal. Now, once you get into free agency and all that, things can be structured a lot differently, but I do believe your rookie money is guaranteed for the first 4 years. It's not huge money in the first 4 years. I mean, it's definitely capped, but it is guaranteed, I do believe. For the Indians, this is numbered to 402. It is Lenny Torres and Chrome. Crystal, you're asking a new break or what was purchased last night. There's Owen White and Joe Jacques. No, it's not a new break tomorrow night. So the one we do, the early one, the special one at 6 o'clock, will be break 1, which ended on eBay last night. Break 2, which ended on eBay tonight. Because again, I listed those days ago when Leaf was still telling us that it was coming on Wednesday. Stupid Leaf. And so, no, I don't have a new one scheduled for Friday night because I didn't think that was release day. But it is release day for Dominion and Contenders. So those we will be doing tomorrow night, but not a new Leaf draft. Does that make sense? It probably didn't. And we have ourselves a nice little orange for the Angels. Jahmai Jones, 225 for the Angels. I know I'm behind on chat over there, guys. I'll scroll back down there and catch up in a second. There's Jahmai Jones again on a refractor, and the Brewers for Justin Jarvis. Yeah, guys, I don't know. Kyler Murray is really, I think, truly is about like 5'10". Like, I don't think he's 6 feet tall, so I think you're right about that. Tell him to leaf off. Listen, I'd like to tell him a lot of things. Oh, so mad yesterday when they said that. Because, I mean, that's release day, man. Like, at least tell us, you have to know sooner than release day that it's not coming out that day. There's just no way that Leaf didn't know before that day that they were going to be late with it. It's like, tell somebody. That's just terrible. But they're just that way. Not much you can do about it. Pavin Smith, Diamondbacks, Sparkle. And a franchise future also for the D-backs. Padres and Pirates have our refractors. There is a case number 3, Crystal, for sure. It is already up on eBay, but I just don't remember if it's Saturday night or Sunday night. I kind of think it's Saturday night, but I'm not 100% sure. But Contenders football for sure, yes, tomorrow night, regularly scheduled stuff for tomorrow night are the 3 autographed jerseys, 1 basketball, 1 football, 1 baseball. Then the Dominion basketball and Contenders football. And it is all actually coming and will all actually show up on time because I checked all the tracking. I got paranoid after this happened with Leaf Ultimate Draft. I got on the phone with everybody. I'm like, you all send me my tracking. I want to know where all my stuff is. And everybody's, calm down. Yeah, I don't care. You send it to me. Joe Gray and the Brewers autograph. And then the Brewers have Bello and the Pirates have Hayes for our refractors. Yeah, Crystal. We'll definitely be having some fun all day tomorrow. I mean, because basically you figure from 6 to probably 7 or maybe even 7:15 or 7:30 we'll be breaking the Leaf Ultimate Draft depending on how long each one of those takes. And then we'll just have a tiny little break and we'll be back at 9:30 breaking all of our other fun new stuff. So we're going to kind of rock it tomorrow. It's going to be fun. Nick Madrigal for the White Sox. Bowman Sterling continuity. For the Blue Jays, Nate Pearson and the Indians with Sandlin. Buckeye, you say Haskins is going to go before Murray. You think Haskins is going to go between 4 and 7. Well, for sure. I mean, he's going to go, I don't know. I don't know for sure that he's going to go before Murray, but he'll be up there. He'll be in the top 10. Haskins will be. But I don't know. I'm telling you, I have a sneaking suspicion if Kyler Murray goes NFL, it will be because he has gotten feedback that tells him he's going to go high in the first round or he's going to stick with the A's. That's just what I'm telling you that I think is the case. This is Harris to 499 Padres blue paper. So then, if I turn out to be wrong, you can all come back and harass me for an extended period of time. And I'll just have to toughen up and take it, because that's what you get when you stand your ground. All right, so here is your man for the A's. He's not the sparkle, but you got an autograph. Will that work? At least we found him for you. That should tell you the mojo's kind of swinging in your favor a little bit. Delgado for the White Sox and Soto for the Tigers. Two packs left here, kids. What did you say there, Emmett fan? What did the Eagles put on the Jumbotron? They can't spell Eagles without the help. I don't know. I'm lost some. I must have missed something. I know Emmett fan's probably got a really good bust on something in there, but I missed the first part of it and I don't know what it is. But Emmett fan has been on point tonight, so I feel like somebody's probably getting burned right there, but I just don't know what it is. For the Cubs, Cole Roederer, that is to 250, purple parallel for the Cubbies. For the Padres, you've got Harris and the Marlins, Pompey again. All right, last pack. Buckeye, all of the Leaf spots are not paid. There are a couple unpaid from break number 1. One of them is the Brewers. I can't tell you offhand what the other one is because I can't remember offhand. And that's the other one that was out of break 1 is the one that I think will probably ultimately get paid. It's Alec for the Phillies. The D-back with Alec Thomas, Stephen for the Yankees. And then there were a handful unpaid for tonight, but those people, of course, may pay between now and morning. So here's what I would say, Buckeye. If you're thinking about some of those spots for tomorrow night, hit me up tomorrow around lunchtime. And if I am still sitting on unpaid stuff at that point, then, you know, yeah, definitely. Let's start moving it on down the road because I don't want to get into that break tomorrow night and have a bunch of unpaid stuff that we got to deal with. So for sure, hit me up there if you want to. So, oh, Emmett fan, you're saying the Fly Eagles Fly song doesn't get played very often because they only play when they score. See, I knew there was a good burn in there somewhere. I didn't know what it was. Grayson Rodriguez and a chrome draft pick autograph. Of course, you know the deal. We're going to go to the Topps website, verify our team on that. Then we'll go to random.org and deal with these fine fellows. What will happen is this. I'm going to type in left and right, okay? Then the team on the left side of the card, if left comes up, then all these cards would go to the team on the left-hand side. If right comes up, it will go to all the teams on the right. The way that it works is this. I type it in there, and then we do random 3 different times. The first 2 don't count. The third one is the one that would be the determining factor. It's always 3 times in a list of 9 or fewer items, and we only do random once if it is 10 or more. So that's how that's going to roll. We are looking for the Chrome Draft Pick Autographs card set here, which we'll probably be scrolling for a minute and hopefully find it shortly, maybe. There we go. Chrome Draft Picks. Grayson Rodriguez, where are you, my friend? Right there for the Orioles. So that is all happily verified. So we'll come back here and get that labeled up. Of course, we are going to recap these autographs momentarily, but we have this little bit of housekeeping left to do, which is this big stack of cards. So let's head ourselves back over in this general direction and get that taken care of. All right, so we've got... All right, guys, so ignore the first one, and gals. Ignore the second one. Here comes our third and final, and it comes up the left-hand side of the card. There you'll see the 3 times, our date and time stamp, and all that fun stuff that you probably don't care about, but you got to see anyway. All right, so since it went to the left, we are looking Blue Jays, White Sox, Rays, Royals, Ranger, Yankee, Met, Royal, Cardinal. That shouldn't even be in there. I stacked it in the wrong spot. Orioles, Brewers, Cardinals, Orioles, Royals. So that's how those have been awarded. Now, let's take a look at our little special cards. The Bowman Sterling Continuity, we had Madrigal, Mize, Jonathan India, and Grayson Rodriguez. Our Sparkles went to the Diamondbacks and the Twins. We only had 1 atomic refractor in this half of the case, but it was a pretty good one. Madrigal to 150 for the White Sox. Our Color, this is to 250, 499 paper, 25 paper, 402. 250 paper, 402, 250, 499 paper, 150 paper, 150, 150, 250 paper, 250, 499 paper, 402, 402, 99, 250, 499 paper, 99 paper, 499 paper, 402, and 402. Woohoo! There was a lot of paper in there, wasn't there? Yeah, there was. Orioles redemption for Grayson Rodriguez. Ironman for the A's. Joe Gray for the Brewers. Luken Baker to 50 with a nice gold wave for the Cardinals. There's Griffin for the Blue Jays. Grayson for the Braves. Mr. Colwyn for the Rangers. There's that handsome Casey Mize. That is a nice blue wave to 150 for your number 1 overall draft pick, headed to the Tigers. Nick Schnell for the Tampa Bay Rays. For the Indians, Lenny Torres to 499. Luke and Baker again for the Cardinals. And then the Rangers had this handsome fellow come out to start things off tonight. That is Chrome to 25, Orange Parallel, Owen White for the Rangers. So that, kids, is all of our break for tonight. I will, however, put up all the spreadsheet information again for anybody who came in late. We're going to take another look at what's breaking over the days ahead. We'll take another quick look at the anticipated shipping dates for what we broke tonight as well. So once again, tomorrow night, it doesn't reflect it on this, but 6 o'clock is our early break, 6 Eastern, that's 3 Pacific, for both Case 1 and Case 2 of Leaf Ultimate Draft. Our regular stuff, which will start at 9:30 tomorrow night and ends on eBay tomorrow, is what you see on the screen right there. So that's the baseball jersey, football jersey, basketball jersey, case of Dominion basketball, case of Contenders football. Saturday is a Hit Parade 4th and goal box with 4 autographed memorabilia items in it and a 12-box case of Optic football. Crystal, I was wrong. It is Sunday when we do the next Ultimate Draft. Well, see, I said Saturday or Sunday, but I kind of thought Saturday. Yeah, I was wrong. It's Sunday. So Sunday we'll do the Hidden Treasures autographed mini helmets. It's a half case break. Back half of the case we started last night. We'll do the 3rd case of Ultimate Draft and a 2nd case of Contenders. Monday night, we're going to do more Leaf Best of Football, which has been smoking hot, the other cases that we've opened so far, so looking forward to that. We'll do a 2nd case of Dominion and an 8th case of Bowman's Best on Monday night. On Tuesday, we're going to try Hit Parade double header batting helmets. We've opened some other autographed batting helmets this year, but this is the first go at the double header, which basically just means there's 2 in there, an autographed full size and an autographed mini. We will also open 2 Gold Rush autographed mini football helmets and a Leaf autographed football jersey and a 3rd case of Contenders football. Woo! Yeah, it's going to be a fun week. This is the shipping stuff. If you didn't see it earlier, here's what you need to know. The Onyx Premier gear will be on the way to you no later than Thursday the 17th. Free shipping stuff always projected out a week after the fact, but most of the time goes sooner, and I certainly think that will. I mean, it's a pair of shoes, right? How hard is that going to be to ship? So you're probably going to get it well before that, but it'll be on the way to you no later than the 17th. The Bowman Draft Baseball on the way to you no later than Monday the 14th. Most likely a little sooner, but certainly no later than that. And then, of course, our rescheduled breaks for Leaf Ultimate Draft Baseball 1 and 2 tomorrow night, 6 o'clock Eastern, 3 o'clock Pacific. We'll bust into those. So I think that's all the news to use for tonight, kids. So thank you guys and gals for joining. I appreciate you being here and spending some of your Thursday evening with me. So hopefully I'll see you again somewhere along the dusty trail here over the next few days. We got a lot of stuff to open and it's going to be fun. Latchman, you said Hidden Treasures are all Hall of Famers or old timers. You call them old timers. Not all of them are, but they have a very, unlike Leaf, they have a very definite ratio over there with TriStar. I would have to look at the sell sheet to see if it tells us what it is. But like, for instance, they'll tell you there might be 2 football favorites, 3 Hall of Famers and something else and something else. So they generally will break it down and kind of tell you how many you have that are what. But football, there's football favorites and another one, which I can't remember what they call the other one, that are current players. And usually. And then, of course, there's the Hall of Famers and some other category. They have like 4 different categories. But they do have more retired guys and Hall of Famers in them than Leaf does. But that's just kind of how TriStar rolls, I mean, it's that way with their jerseys too. So jerseys and the helmets are a little bit that way. But still good hits to be had in there. Just a different checklist than you might see with some of the other stuff. So. All right, that is it for me tonight. I got to get busy getting this stuff into sleeves and top loaders and ready to go to you guys and gals. So I'm out for now. We'll see you soon. Thanks, guys. Bye.